next thing we want to look at, there'll be a tendency for the back leg to kind of have its own little patty and go out to the side. Try to bring it back into the center, checking that the hip, knee, ankle and foot are in one straight line. If you're like me and your foot naturally goes in, if I do that, I start to get a foot cramp. Okay? So if it goes in a little bit, that is not going to change the sensations or the experience or the benefits of the target area of the posture. I have had a lot of people correct me on that, and it's okay, you can do that. That's from my days doing ballet. But straightening it like that is only going to cause a little bit of a crack more than anything. It's not really too much. So don't worry too much about that, but hip, knee, ankle and foot in one straight line. Then coming back to the center, keeping that knee bent for happy knees, okay? Because your knee is not the gods, so don't mess with it. So you can bring your foot further forward if you want to, but it's not necessarily going to bring you deeper into the posture. It is an option if you're in this position, you're not really feeling much, you haven't found your Goldilocks position, you need a little bit more, so then we play with bringing it forward a little bit more. But that's not necessary, especially if it's causing any sensations in the knees. The only reason we bring that foot forward and start to bring the shin parallel to the front of the mat is to encourage you to stretch into the hips, splits and lows. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of teachers will teach knees should be parallel to the front of the mat. That is knocking out probably, I don't know, half of your class from achieving the lows. Realistically, a lot of people have funky knees, something that we do. So the option from here is to keep the chest lifted, hands on the ground. Option is to walk the hands back like we practiced the other day, maybe holding onto the mat, working with the back bend, very strong in the lower back. Did anybody feel that?
Oh yeah.
The other day? Yeah, super strong, super strong. And it's also stretching more into this hip flexor as well. So this is deeper into the back leg. Option is to come into your sleepy pigeon, elbows resting on the ground. Option is to lie all the way down. And a variation that I also like, which I haven't yet guided, but is to thread the needle, the arm of your extended leg, same arm, threads underneath, and what this allows you to do is bring the hip down lower to the ground, rest your left cheek on the mat, and go deeper into this hip as well, whilst receiving a little bit of a stretch into the shoulder. That's it. Yeah, it's a nice optional variation. There's also variations where you could be in a twist.
Ooh.
I mean, you can get creative. You can get creative as creative as you want to be with that variation as well. What I find with that variation is my body starts to lift up, so I prefer to stay on that side. This pose is one-legged, so there's only one leg happening here. King pigeon pose. One-legged king pigeon pose. One in Sanskrit is eka, two is dwi, three is tri, like Trikonasana, triangle, tri. So eka is one. Raja, just like the tiger in Aladdin, king. Raja. So Raja king, if that helps you remember it. Raja means king. Pada is leg. So Ekapada Raja, one-legged king. Pigeon pose is Kapotasana. Often it is shortened to Kapotasana. Often you just see someone saying Kapotasana, but actually that could mean many things. If you yourself or a student finds this uncomfortable on the knees, and it's really not a good idea for the knees, a good option of variation, there's two. One is the reclined variation, okay, because that's taking a lot of the pressure off, and then they have control, they can go as far as they want. Or the option of seated, called Alasa Kapotasana, which is lazy pigeon, is the hands behind the back, and then shimmy shuffle your hips forward to as far as you want to go to get that stretch. But often if you're teaching students this is an option, they'll probably be more here.
How about like this?
Half gomukasta you can do as well. It's working with the outer seam of the hips, so that can be a really, it's a good option of variation.
Or in my knees, like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could we also say 90-90 as well? There's a gentler option.
Yes.
Yeah,
Deer pose.
deer pose.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that as well. Yeah. Tend to feel it more in the back leg.
Okay.
So it just depends. Yeah. That one, it's not so much targeting the same area, it's more starting to work here. If you get them to lean forward,
Yes.
then that would be the best option,
Okay.
as opposed you wouldn't go into the
Okay,
variation.
okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's